For the past few years, I've defended Helluva Boss. I've done videos on favorite characters, in-depth character analysis, even defending the choices Viv has made for the show. For example, when people complained about Western Energy, I made a video explaining why I thought it was a good episode. However, I've also been critical of the series at times. Probably the best example was when I talked about why I thought Mastermind was a bad episode, or why I'm not a fan of Stolitz. My point in all this is that regardless of my thoughts on the series, I've always been a fan, and I've hoped things would get better, that Stolitz would be a better ship over time, or more characters I'm a fan of will get more of a focus. I do that because I know the show can be good, and I've discussed multiple times when it was good on this channel. However, I'm at the end of my patience with the latest music video Viv released of Chaz. Over a month of waiting and being one of the ones to think it was going to be a Verosika short, and we got this instead. Even I, the person who tries to find ways to defend the series, can't think of a good reason for this. And quite frankly, it feels like a middle finger to the fans. Almost like she's saying, oh, you wanted a short of a character like Verosika or Loona? Here, have this Chaz music video instead. It's even worse considering it's been a month since April 1st, so it's not an April Fool's joke. And because what they did for April Fools was to give us a short about Chaz during his funeral. The whole time I'm watching this, I keep asking the same question. Why in the world is Chaz getting all this content? Chaz is an annoying character who has nothing memorable about him. His whole gimmick is he's constantly horny, which we already have, including two of the main characters. Is it hard to write a different character in this show? I think people actually like variety in characters. Just saying, while Urza is one of my favorite characters in Fairy Tail, it would suck if Mashaba made multiple females that were just Urza in a different design. And that's even with Urza being a great character, and not a nuisance like Chaz. While I'm complaining about Chaz today, the reason I didn't back then was that he served a purpose. He was annoying and seemed to die at the end of the episode. It wasn't seen again. Keep in mind, that episode came out in 2023. Dead for 3 years, if Viv decided that, out of everyone you can make content of, and who fans have been begging for, she chooses the one-note character most people are sick and tired of. And I'm still not sure why he's getting that treatment. As I said, he's a one-note character. He has nothing interesting about him, and I'm not even sure what purpose Chaz serves at this point. Assuming he's dead, which I hope is true because I hate Chaz and never want to see him again, what was this supposed to do? He's definitely not one of the characters I see fans talking about being one of the best, and I don't see him being the best choice to promote summer merch after having him in a music video. Again, you have Verosika as one of your more popular characters, and fans are asking for more content of her. She also makes sense since her debut involved her having a concert during spring break on a beach. It's not ridiculous to think she'd have similar concerts during the summer. Also, her songs are actually good, unlike anything Chaz has ever sung. Honestly, while Chaz himself annoys me, and the fact that he's getting so much attention from Viv, there's something else that makes me angry at this music video, and that's what happened before it came out. The day before this music video came out, Glitch released a pilot to Gameoverse. My expectations for that were already high because Glitch has made amazing shows, and I liked the trailer. When I got to see the pilot, I thought it was great. Again, I walked in with high expectations considering it was Glitch, and felt it met those expectations, especially with the main character of Gameoverse, Kit. She's likable and I love her interactions with the characters. She also reminds me of Mega Man with her design, especially the Legends games, which I've been a fan of since the 90s. She's also gotten more development in one episode than most of the females in Helluva Boss. Think about it. Most of the time, the two main females in Helluva Boss, Millie and Loona, don't get any development unless it involves one of the males. For Millie, it's Moxie in Unhappy Campers when he has to learn to stop being obsessed with being the center of attention. And in Ghost Efforts, it's about Blitz needing a pep talk because he's down about what happened between him and Stolas. There's never an episode that's just Millie, despite all the Blitz and Moxie episodes we've gotten. The same goes for Loona. In Queen Bee, it starts by showing how Loona has trouble interacting with others, but quickly turns into Blitz being upset with Stolas after what happened at Aussie's. Keep in mind, I do like episodes like Queen Bee and Ghost Efforts. I'm not saying they shouldn't exist. I'm saying it's weird that out of all the episodes and shorts we've gotten, Millie and Loona haven't gotten their own single episode to give them development. I know someone will say, what about the Sally Mae short Viv gave us? I know, it was actually good, and I still think it's the best short to date. It's also the reason my expectations were so high when Viv decided to release shorts of the series. After seeing the first short, I thought more of the shorts would be like that, giving us more of a focus to characters that fans have always wanted. Again, the first one was of Sally Mae and Millie, who fans want more of. Even after the second short came out, I thought that only meant we'd get a mix of both character-focused shorts and shorts based on the IMP crew doing their actual job. Since the release of the shorts, there's only been 3 that didn't focus on them doing a job. There's the Sally Mae one I already talked about, Chaz's funeral, and Barb's, where we see her lose her job after what happened in Unhappy Campers. And don't even bring up Orphan Time and use that as an argument for giving Loona more of a focus. 1. I'm not a fan of that short and don't think it's funny. 2. Why isn't Loona on this mission alone? Moxie gets to do one on his own 2 shorts later. Blitz doesn't even do anything besides look bored in the background for most of the short, then comes in at the end to finish the job. Which leads to my third point. Why did Viv make Loona look dumb and have her only bring 2 bullets? Whenever I go hiking through the woods or just shoot for fun, I always bring extra ammo. I never brought only 2 bullets with me and called it a day, and I don't know anyone else who would do that. If it's really important for it to go wrong, why not have the gun jam instead? At least that way, Loona doesn't look like an idiot. This is really turning into a longer rant than I was expecting, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. Overall, not only was the Chaz music video dumb, but it also made me even more annoyed with the way the series currently is. Every time I think the series is getting better, something like this appears as if it's fun for Viv to get our hopes up, only to show why we shouldn't. At this point, I'm convinced we'll never get something like a Verosika short, despite it making more sense to give Chaz one in a music video, or an episode that focuses on Loona or Millie without needing to turn it into a Blitz or Moxie episode, or in the case of Orphan Time, turning Loona into an idiot. While I am being more critical than I've ever been of Helluva Boss, I'm not done with the series. Again, I know Helluva Boss can be good, and I still have hope that things will improve. But I'll also say my patience is running out the same way it did with Ruby years ago. Granted, I don't think Helluva Boss will ever be that bad. Just saying, I'm getting to the point of accepting things won't get better, and I should find something else to watch. Oh well, guess we'll find out if it's worth staying around when Season 3 comes out later this year.